Hello again. Just wanted to get the my goodness, there's so many. Alright, let's watch these. Patra.
I tried to get out after the detonation, but the astral spike came out of nowhere. I escaped, but my HRA was damaged. I'd bet a year's salary the board sent it. We never did see eye to eye. They have too much control over Trench, the Bureau, the House. They make themselves part of every important process. Nothing a little C4 can't fix. 2 birds, 1 bomb. Christ, what a mess. But I stopped the hiss. I did it. If Faden did her part, then the Bureau's safe. Until the next thing. Jessie has good reason to hate the Bureau. But that could be what we need right now. She won't follow the same path. Won't fall into the same traps. She'll lead her way. So, Director Faden, here's my last lesson. You can't save everybody.
But we can try.
Nobody else hears the house. Their ears are too full of lies. We were shown the way inside so we could help. But all we've done is fall victim to the same parasite. I should have seen the web earlier. The strands between Northmore, the pillar, the gun, the id. What hope did we have? Thrown into this conflict beyond our comprehension. I've decided to rejoin the Bureau in the upper levels, to end my long absence spent in the Foundation. Northmore will be angry at me for disobeying him. That's just his way. But I don't care. I need to remain in the oldest house to help however I can. I doubt I can steer the Bureau back on the right course, but I have to try. How did I go so long without a purpose? Without devotion? I can hardly remember how it felt. I realize how grateful I am to Father for setting me on this path. I wish I could tell him that.
You're listening to America Overnight, a beacon in the darkest recesses of possibility for more than 29 years. We have another letter from a listener. This one's unsigned, but postmarked from Toledo. It says, "Dear America Overnight, I have the most wonderful appliance for your listeners. It is a miracle of God. A fondue set. A fountain. A blessed gift. Blessed is spelled with a capital B. Go on, they write. Dive on in. It is molten hot. Perfect for meat." No signature. As far as I know, no fondue set was sent to us here at the studio. Just this letter. Wait. I think there's something else in the envelope. Some kind of black powder. With white shards in it? Bone, maybe? Karen. What is this? Karen? on the air, Karen. Where are you? What's this powder in the booth? Is this ash? Oh God. Karen? How do I cut to commercial?
Well, you got tricked into reading out an outlet item, I guess.
Brian's Movie Den. Brian. Welcome to another episode of Brian's Movie Den with me, the ever-lovable Brian Hinnerman. Today I want to talk about a new film I found at Movie Night. That's night with a K, the mecca for VHS aficionados in the greater Dallas area.
Yeehaw!
The movie is called Delivery Disaster. We open in media res. A mailman drives a truck full of packages down in an endless American neighborhood as a pack of rabid dogs chase behind. Now, these dogs are nothing like my stepmom's corgi Chuck. These were some real nightmare hellhounds. The dogs keep pace with the mail truck, tearing chunks out of the driver's legs and arms. Each package he throws out the door is marked by his bloody handprint. He screams in pain and confusion, and this goes on until the movie just abruptly ends. There aren't even any credits, which is a pretty bold choice. Is this film a commentary on how our 9-to-5 jobs are killing us, or how hostile the modern world is to outdated concepts like mailmen? Perhaps it's merely a statement about the futility of purpose and how no task can ever be really done. There are lots of ways to interpret it, but for now, let's get to the part you're all waiting for. It's score time! I give this film a 4 out of 5, only because the actor frequently broke the fourth wall by looking into the camera and shouting at it, like he was shouting at the audience. A little too on the nose for me, but I did enjoy it, and I recommend you check out other films produced by Blessed Pictures. Bike Hard and Coffee Bullet are the only others I found, but this little art house studio certainly knows how to push the boundaries of Western cinema. And a friendly reminder that there will be no new episode next week, as I will be visiting my aunt in Delaware for Thanksgiving. Thanks for listening, all you Brian fans, and remember, we all love movie magic, but don't forget about the you magic. Until next time.
Movie Den.
Brian's Movie Den.
Okay, so
Brian.
Blessed Pictures must be the one. Oh, Blessed, I suppose. Must be the ones that are causing the altered items. Alright. To whoever finds this. I'm containment processor designer Jean. Is that Jean? John? Gibbs, and I'm writing this to document the largest building shift ever to ever occur. Here are the facts. A considerably large section of the containment sector, including the processors and protocols officers, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break have been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below the lobby level, I think. It was a violent shift. I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. Set up a base camp, start triaging. There are little supplies. We explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. Caverns of all things. Maybe we're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry. We're everywhere. Not the first. From rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructure. What's area used for? Why'd they seal it? Why have we never heard of it? More importantly, how are we gonna get out? Gibbs reporting in 8 days since the collapse. Still no sign of rescue effort. Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two craps about its own hard-working staff when they go missing in this place? How many times have we let it slide thinking, oh, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there have been some developments. Strange crystals have been growing on the walls. They have blocked some corridors, but not others. The path to the caves is always left open. We're not sure why. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nikolai, and Sarah. Nikolai? I don't know. Went to try and find a radio, but never came back. I think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane. What the crap's it doing here? We get out of here. I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions. It's clear no one's coming. Run out of ideas and supplies. Tried going into the caves to find find anything edible. All we found were noxious gases and endless pits. The crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. Lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. We didn't ask for this. We didn't ask to come down here. Convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but clearly this was no house shift. Slide a bathroom a sector over or rotate a hallway. Don't drop full divisions into some caves. Yeah, I know it. Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? This is some sort of test or mission. And here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. These nuts are good for whatever ranger finds them. F you, put that in your report. Dear House of Representatives, my husband Francis read an article before he died about how the universe was really just a computer program. He believed it. Thought it sounded silly, but now I think he was right. Francis was hit by a car a few months ago. A drunk driver. I don't think it was supposed to happen. My neighbour's son, Jeremy, broke one of our windows with a football before Francis died. Francis yelled at Jeremy for it. He was a bit harsh. This was important because I see Jeremy on his computer through the living room window. Right all the time. His mother says he's a computer whiz. I think Jeremy is operating a computer program. He changed the universe so the driver would hit Francis. He did it to get back at Francis for yelling at him. Is there a way to change the computer and make Francis come back? Have some money if it's expensive. I don't know how these things work. I don't care if Jeremy gets in trouble or not. I want Francis to come home. Francis and I were very happy together. I feel not being here. And I know it's not right. Sincerely, Stephanie Miller. For immediate publication, I learned a brand new language. The fish taught me. You probably don't believe me, so I will prove it. Holy lel. Uiti. Jeremy Luad. Eus. Man Echo. Dokib. Do. Earth. Forum. Then. Rek. With 1455. Os. Ertun. Lob. En. 22-2. Witty Whip Yulin Yum Ref was Zalten Binirog. They publish this letter and maybe the other fish speakers will get in touch. They'll be able to read my address, even if you can't. Jiminy Rog, Harry Hambert. Alrighty. Kiev summary. A series of reverberating sounds observed in downtown Kiev with no clear point of origin. The event was witnessed in the city's general public, by the city's general public. Mental and physical symptoms were reported, including aphasia, sleep paralysis, and excess blank in reported individuals. Due to the brief nature of the event, Overseas Bureau agents were not able to respond while it was active. Immediately upon arrival, agents collected audio recordings taken by local witnesses. All Bureau monitoring stations located at global junctions of acoustic amplification were directed to monitor any auditory events of a similar pitch, wavelength, and duration in effort to trace the echoes or epicenters. In the following weeks, similar cases were reported from both various amateur sources and Bureau stations in major cities across the globe. The subsequent events diminished in volume and frequency per each occurrence. The event is believed to be generated by planar friction, but this cannot be confirmed. You file 71-849-062 for full hypothesis. Alright. Action Max camera. Should be isolated from any person or event that is objectively interesting, since its effect is activated by the presence of dramatic incidents. Movie camera used to make commercial feature films. Internal mechanisms are unremarkable. Subject near the item will often experience a talked version of reality, resembling the heightened drama and action of a movie. Whether these events are localized alternate realities or products of hallucination is currently unknown. Additionally, the item seems to record footage from these incidents and creates VHS copies edited in the style of short films. During their investigation, the agents learned that a podcast titled Brian's Movie Den had reviewed the item-generated movie, Delivery Disaster. The podcast creator, Brian Henderson, was taken for questioning. Staff of Movie Night, the store Mr. Henneman rented the film from, were also questioned to no effect. Background. It first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from Blank, Arkansas claimed that his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Further investigation connected the incident to AI-80, which was being shipped in the mail truck at the time. The packaged camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to P.O. Box, located in San Fernando Valley, belonged to a company called the Blessed Pictures. There you go, Blessed Pictures. Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the VHS films is unknown. The investigation 13-HQ-612. The following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by AI-80-UE as Shoot First, Die Last, unreleased. Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Like Hard. Delivery disaster. I was used in the filming of an unreleased western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. A cast member was killed during the on-set accident, stopping production. I believe that Blessed Pictures bought the camera when the equipment from the shoot was sold at auction. Oh, I feel far too tired. Ramen lantern. The item should be kept in a locked containment cell. Any prolonged observation of the item should be avoided. The item is a paper lantern known as a choshin. Choshin? Anyway, the paper is red with elegant black Japanese characters that translate to ramen. It has an attractive effect that is both physical and psychological. Nearby objects gravitate towards the item with a minor force of blank. More notable is its ability to attract sentient organisms with its rich colour and warm, comforting glow. Another flamingo. Unique procedure required. Altered status is suspected but unverified. Oh, that is definitely an altered item. A plastic pink flamingo lawn ornament. 2 steel prongs extend from its underside. The item is suspected to influence atmospheric physics, altering meteorological phenomena in the area. This effect is currently unconfirmed. The altered effect has been observed. See file AI46.d for details. Plastic tree. Alright. Except from altered speech of AI-14 by Dr. Theodore Ash. Results are incredible, but also the speed of discovery this allows us. AI-14 copies our speech, but after numerous tests we've discovered that certain words are missing from its vocabulary. We began isolating these words and cross-referencing them with esoteric texts in the early days of the Bureau. And these words, when arranged in particular formations, and spoken at varying speeds and cadences, elicit a reaction from the altered materials. Tested this specific string of words, a formula, if you will, on the other altered items kept in the examination hall. Varying physical responses were recorded with each one, with an 82% success rate. We've proven that words can tangibly affect those items. These items. A specific application must be explored, possibly for containment or identification purposes. This will drastically change our approach moving forward. And to think, there's still more words to be found. Sorry about that. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. Pardon me. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon entering the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and Bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with viewing and re-informing the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel had been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along Brooks route, Arizona to Tennessee. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, why would that be like an issue? But like, depending on like where you were, if you were to pass like too close to the plane, that would be quite a lot of people taken down, which is not ideal. Oh, why are we yawning so much? Right. Containment cell must be properly ventilated. Inhalation of the item smoke causes blank. Item is a baby carriage with a black shed steel wire wheels. Left front wheel is slightly bent, causing a distinct wobble when pushed. Item produces smoke incessantly. Smoke density varies. Smoke is generated without apparent fire or ignition source. An incident in Paris, 1979, brought the pram. Smoke filled up an antique store where the pram was being sold, killing the shop's owner. Update. Detailed records of the event. The item's discovery were destroyed in the Panopticon interviews. The living witnesses. Oh. The living witnesses were reperformed. Oh. Okay. Refrigerator supplement. Blank interview 11.20.1974. Hey, can you tell us why you left your building that day? Willem. I was running out to get the eggs. It was at Cornerstone on the 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. No, I wouldn't be gone long. It was drawing on the table when I left. Had his cranes out. Happy. The building came down when I a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later, beside the fridge. Drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fell in it, but those drawings are still there. What did that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident? Why? It still had his drawings. I must have kept them safe for a reason, right? Get home from work and stare at them all night. It was in a bad way back then. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawings still on it? Got stuck to it or something. All about cutting them off, those magnets, but maybe it was better I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. My fridge got to do with the building collapse anyhow. Rubber duck. AI-52-AE. Direct contact with the item is not permitted. Safety gloves are required when handling. The item is a yellow rubber duck bath toy from the 1950s. A single hole at the bottom allows air and water to flow in and out. The item makes a sound analogous of quacking. The item travels considerable distances with surprising speed. What achieves this motion is unknown. The item forms a blank of unknown purpose. Anyone who makes direct physical contact with it begins to follow them, quacking often. This led to a researcher named Blank entering cardiac arrest. Though, due to the individual's health issues, that may not be connected to the item's effect. Item is on loan to the research sector for further study. Discovered in the home of Agent Blank after his young daughter complained about being followed by her rubber duck. According to Agent Blank, the matter was ignored, believing the result of a child's imagination, until he began to hear the quacking at night. After discovering the item hiding in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the Bureau for study. He discovered that Agent Blank was bringing known paranatural materials into his home, legally taking them outside the oldest house. How this may have affected the creation of an altered item is being investigated. Agent Blank has been terminated. Pod gone. Alright. I'm gonna need a drink before. Ay, ay. Oh God, I'm so sleepy. His sharpened agents display the para-utilitarian ability to rapidly move short distances. This ability is unique in the fact that it is not associated with any object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility that this ability is an object of variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation APR could potentially be a variant of the jukebox's effect. Other explanations of the Hiss's sharpened ability. Of the Hiss sharpened ability currently include momentary time manipulation, brief increase of physical speed, inhibiting the witnesser's sense of sight. If we do accept that the Hiss sharpened ability is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities, or there are objects of power in the house that we aren't aware of. Either way, the Hiss are continuing to develop new strains of corruption, and this is a cause for concern. I might actually just call it there because my throat is feeling a bit funky, which doesn't help things anywhere when you try and read stuff. I'm developing a bit of toothache on top of that, and to make matters worse, I'm sleepy. So, yeah, we're going to end it there. Go back next time and we'll do some more notes. And then we can look for some more IDs. Because, you know, we've got a few IDs to find. Yeah, catch you next time. Bye!